Yo, what is good? My anniversary for what is good, yo? Guys, we have some interesting stuff popping off in the X, and I don't really know if we're going to see too much more of this in general, like what's all being built up. But for now, I truly hope they keep this as straightforward as they do, because as of right now, seeing Mikasa at a level 6 possibly is dope. So dope. Um, so to really get an understanding of what this episode really focused on was the girl who I honestly think needed the most understanding, because not only was this blonde haired girl kind of just doing stuff to be doing it, we didn't really have any good reason as of why she was doing it. So this is the type of stuff I like to see to understand the motives and why certain characters are acting in these ways. But to be fair, I either missed it or it wasn't said. But the thing that I wanted to know was, what was she going to do with Mikasa's, or like, what was the brain controlling girl actually going to do? Like, what's her plan? Because last time I checked, she seemed like she was up to something, like she was trying to get something off the ground. And these guys that are interfering now, which I believe she wanted to be a higher level, um, what is her true like motive as of why she was doing certain things? And now that it's turning out this way, where does it lead us after it's all said and done is kind of my question. Um, Not only do they show us that Mikasa is going along with the ride, and she's not even hearing the backstory that we're hearing. They're probably just going to fast forward it if Mikasa ever hears about it, but we get to actually see exactly what they put her through in the past and just how ridiculously unfair it was. Not only was it unfair, but it was super twisted, because they pretty much had done everything they needed to do, and they were at a point where they just were going to let her just be disposed of whenever they get the chance. They didn't want her to get any stronger, because if she got any stronger, they thought their mind protection things wouldn't help. But when I saw them in the meeting and they weren't wearing them, I was like, these guys are dumb. But as I saw, it was already too late. She already had gotten to him, and that's all it took was one little quick discussion between them to learn what the heck they're up to, and boom, it's over. So I like these types of introductions or just explanations. Oh, I should have used this guy. This guy's using lightning. I thought this magnetism was kind of relative to what Mikasa can do, because she can use her electricity to grab herself to metal. Um, but yeah, I honestly want to know where this is gonna go, because like I said, I don't see Mikasa having this ability for much longer, let alone um, being so like, she's not gonna be that much of a threat. Why is Kid so trash? Um, I don't know. I feel like this was a really well done episode because of just getting us to learn the things we needed to learn that we didn't understand, of why what's her face felt so powerfully about like whatever her project was, or why she was helping, but it still didn't really give us all the information. We're still kind of left in the dark to figure out just who is going to be the bigger problem here, because not only was this pretty telling of, watching the doll and the blonde girl interact with each other and become like best friends, it's obvious as to why she feels so betrayed, she feels so hurt about the situation. But to the researchers, they're confused on like why she could even be down about it. Like why was she even sitting in the room that was, dollies and stuff like that. Like those little tiny details of just lost humanity from those people are so well put in there that it goes to show you that once people start getting what they want off the ground, they start losing all track of people around them. And even if they don't lose track of them, they just don't, anything that they want or that they are trying to do doesn't matter nearly as much to them as maybe it would have if they weren't getting everything they wanted. So it's these types of things that kind of show up and give you the information needed to just understand that everything is in black and white and we have no true idea what the heck is going on between them all. But we'll probably get a good explanation. But now to talk about Mikasa and just what the heck this power means, she it makes so much more sense why everybody is here in the show now. Accelerator, Toma. It looks like they're going to be the only ones that are going to be capable of taking down Mikasa. And one way, uh, Accelerator's already been introduced in the case of being brought into the bigger problem is that uh, the one that's with him has felt this effect just as much as every other Mikasa, or maybe even harder, right? Because she is the last one. She is like, if she goes down, they all go down regardless of if they figure this out and try to, all of them get up, and then she's the only one that's hurt the most, they would all still be screwed. So it's these types of things that make you wonder how smart the actual creators are of drawing in multiple characters that I love watching fight, by the way. I love seeing them on screen. Um, so now all of a sudden they're both going to be on screen and they're going to probably fight against the highest level we've ever seen in the series in the case of just a student jumping up and the scientists finally getting what they've been, dreaming of since making the clone project with Mikasa is to pretty much just be capable of making a level 6. And it was supposed to be Accelerator, but who cares who it is? If you get to create it, you just need to know it's possible. You need to know that this thing can be, you could be the first one to do it. There's a lot of prestige that goes into this because not only have characters from the beginning of the show, of the series, before anything else was even existed, they were already looking for level 6. So imagine the people that went through all that work and come to find out that somebody did it, not even with the clones. Sure, the clones helped, but they used the person that the clones personally originated from. And the clones were just meant to make Accelerator that level 6. So it's these things that are very, very tiny details, but they're doing so well at just giving more life to the story. And I think we're going to see a pretty crazy try to beat down Mikasa fight because not only do we have that new character that's with Toma and the girl who she saved, we're also looking at the girl who controls metal and made like a clone out of it and whatever. All of these people exist relatively close to this incident, I guess you can call it, and this control over, or just making a level 6. I can't say they control her because her being level 6, she already couldn't be controlled by, I think, the girl with the controller, or have her mind changed. So what makes you think anyone can stop her, including when the girl who can push the remote and take over mines and stuff took over like a whole entire freeway that was clogged up with traffic? So they kind of just proved the point that there's not much anyone can do in the grand scheme of stopping Mikasa at the level she was at, level 5 or whatever. And now that she's ascended, now that she's gone to an upper level, and that like I was telling you, the villains are pretty intelligent, getting a piece of the cervical cord of the brain from the girl who controls people and using some weird pin to be able to use her ability at will because it's tied with his brain now is pretty genius. And her ability is so broken and ridiculously strong that now that someone else has it, it's a true threat to the world and anybody who really doesn't even know what's going on, right? So now we got to see just what the heck this guy's going to end up doing with this power. What does he already have in plan to do? So I'm looking forward to seeing what people have to say about this episode. This week was pretty hype. Um, I did see two shows come out today, and I didn't care for either of them. Like, I was not convinced that I wanted to be watching the two of the shows that came out this week. So, unfortunately, this is so far the only show I'll be dropping as of now. If anything else comes up other than the shows that I've already seen, I will definitely give it a look. And I hope you guys are having an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be when you're watching this. I am your boy, the Anime G, and I definitely will talk to you sooner than later. So with all that being said, take care.